Okay, so on this last page, we have one example where we're going to practice synthetic division and another example where we're going to practice long division. So let's do the synthetic division first. Okay, so first we see in the numerator is missing the x squared term. Right, so that means that really it should be a plus 0x squared. And then we look at the thing on the bottom. So what is A? A should always be the opposite sign. Right, so A is actually minus 2. And then now we set up the synthetic division. Right, so first the box in the top left, A goes inside. And then we write out the coefficients. So the coefficient of x cubed is 1, then 0, then minus 3, then plus 2. I don't need the plus. So then positive 2. Okay, so first number you bring down, then you multiply. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Add going down. 0 plus negative 2 is negative 2. And then multiply. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Add. Negative 3 plus 4 is positive 1. And then 1 times negative 2 gives me negative 2. And then finally 2 plus negative 2 gives me 0. Okay, so what is the quotient? So we write it out, right? So the original thing had degree 3, so the quotient should start out with x squared. Right, so we have 1x squared minus 2x plus 1 with remainder 0. So one thing you notice is that when you do the check and we write it out, right? So it's the quotient times the remainder, quotient times the divisor. Right, so x squared minus 2x plus 1 times x plus 2. This should be equal to x cubed minus 3x plus 2. So let's just do it real quick. So this times this, this times this, this times this. So that's x squared minus x cubed minus 2x squared plus x. And then this times this, this times this, this times this. So plus 2x squared minus 4x plus 2. And then what do we get? X cubed, 2x squared minus 2x squared plus 2x squared, so that cancels. And then plus x minus 4x is minus 3x, and then plus 2 by itself. And we see that it's the same. Okay, so this works out. And then so here you can see that when the remainder is 0, the quotient and the divisor are factors of the original thing. So we can factor things when the remainder is 0. Right, so this is perfectly factoring the dividend. Okay. So finally, we look at the example for long division. So we first set it up. So the original thing is minus 6x cubed plus 6x cubed plus x squared, missing an x term, so I leave some space there, minus 4. So it's missing the x term. The thing we're dividing by is 2x minus 3. Okay, so I'm focusing on the 2x. So what do I multiply by 2x to get minus 6x cubed? So I need a minus 3 times 2. And then how do I get the x to become x cubed? I need an x squared. Okay, so now you multiply. Minus 3x squared times 2x is minus 6x cubed. And then minus 3x squared times minus 3 becomes a plus 9x squared. Make sure the powers line up. Then we subtract everything. Right, so subtracting a negative becomes adding a positive. So this cancels out, as it should. And x squared minus 9x squared gives me minus 8x squared. And the minus 4 comes down. Okay, so now I ask myself, what do I multiply by 2x to get minus 8x squared? And it should be minus 4x. So minus 4x times 2 gives me minus 8x squared. Minus 4x times minus 3 gives me a plus 12x. And then again you subtract going down. So subtract here, subtract here. Subtracting a negative is adding a positive. And this cancels like it should. And then we have nothing minus 12x. So it becomes a minus 12x. This gets brought down, so minus 4. And then I once again ask, what do I multiply to get this? So I have to multiply by minus 6. Minus 6 times 2x is negative 12x. Minus 6 times negative 3 is positive plus 18. Everything is subtracted again. Subtracting a negative becomes adding a positive. This cancels out. And then negative 4 minus 18 gives me a minus 22. So that's the remainder. Okay, so you can see that it matches up with what the answer should be. So minus 3x squared minus 4x minus 6 with a remainder of negative 22.